Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to the most recent episode of Devil's Den. The Devils have just defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs for their 11th game and win in a row. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the channel, I would appreciate it. Make sure to like, make sure to share, make sure to subscribe to this channel because we are growing and we are growing fast. So, Devils win 3-2 in overtime against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And we are now on the hottest streak. I repeat, the hottest streak since 2005-2006. It has been over 15 years since we have been this good, and we are back, and we are better than ever. And I am loving every single minute of this team and this game. This game was, bar none, the best game of the entire season so far for the Devils. It was a back and forth affair. There were goals coming from Hischier, from Sharangovich, from Nylander, from Matthews. It was such a good game. And I'm going to do this video a little differently than I usually do. So normally I start and I kind of talk about the first, the second, and the third periods. We're not doing that. This video deserves a passionate response to this game. Oh God, it was so good. So we're going to talk about the positives, and then we're going to talk about not really negatives, but some concerns that I'm having with not just this game, but the past 2 or 3 games. So positives first. This team doesn't quit. This team has heart. They have passion. I can't tell you how many blocked shots the Devils had in this game. I think the Leafs had something like 27, 28 shots on net tonight. There must have been over that amount in blocked shots. There was a statistic in the game where the Leafs had something like 35 minutes of time in the offensive zone. So over half the game was spent in the New Jersey defensive zone. But they fought with grit and they kept this game close against arguably some of the best snipers in the league, Austin Matthews being one of them. Another really good point from this game is the Devils, this is kind of a positive and a negative, but who cares? It's a positive first. The Devils killed off 5 different power plays that consist of Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Morgan Rielly, Mitch Marner, and who's the 5th? I got who the 5th is, but this is a stacked power play. And I believe they're something like 6th or 8th in the league for power play, and we killed off 4 out of 5. We did a great job at that. I don't even know where to begin. Don't get me wrong. I had my concerns while watching this game. I was vocal about my concerns during the game. And, but yeah, my fears were put to rest. My fears were put to bed because this team doesn't quit on the job. This game was so good. Oh, it was so good. I love this team. I can't believe I could just say that after years of disappointment. But this team is so good. But yeah, so now that I feel like I've gushed enough about the team, let's kind of talk about some of the concerns that I've kind of noticed over the past. Nothing crazy because, again, they're still on a heater. Still an absolute wagon of a team. But some things I've seen in the past 2 or 3 games that aren't necessarily red flags, get it, but are something that I want to make note of so that later on people can't turn around and say, oh, well, no one raised any alarm. Say, no, there's been a couple of things. So, first things first. There's really 3 big things. One, I think we need to talk about Damon Severson. So, Severson has been a really great defenseman through, the last, 3 or 4 years of just crap results. And he's been, a loyal Devil, but this year, I don't trust Damon Severson at all. You have a team which I think last time I checked was plus 21 or plus 22 in goal differential. And Damon Severson on a team that's plus 21 or 22 is a -2 in his plus-minus rating. For comparison, Siegenthaler is a plus 12. A plus 12 as a defenseman. I don't know what's up with Severson this year. I don't know if he's having, personal struggles or he's not, adapting to the way the game is changing with the speed and the energy that he needs to bring. But he's not, I don't feel like he's there. Like, physically, he's there, but mentally, I'm not sure if he's there. But we'll have to see over the next, 10 games or so, kind of see where he fits in, kind of see as the trade deadline starts coming more and more of a pressing issue, whether or not we want to deal him, whether or not we want to not give him a contract extension, or what. Apologies for yawning. It is almost 11 o'clock, and I worked an 8-hour shift today. So I'm very tired. So apologies. So my second concern after Severson is it seems like we're starting to get into a pattern where the Devils don't play their best hockey in the first period. And then in the second and third period, they come out like an absolute chariot on fire. They come out and they score massive amounts of goals in the second and third period. But there's something about I can't quite put my finger on it. It's not earnest because they're skating really well and they're fast and they're efficient. But there's something there that doesn't quite feel right about the Devils' first period, and I would probably say the last 2 or 3 games. And it's not a huge concern right now, but I think it's definitely something that should be made note of, because as we start getting, deeper and deeper and deeper into the season, facing harder teams like, the Lightning, the Bruins, the Golden Knights, teams like that, I think it's going to be important to keep these kind of small little things that we're seeing now against some of the weaker teams, and just try to keep that in mind. For the record, I'm not saying the Devils are playing bad. I'm not saying that they don't have, moments of pure greatness, like that Nico Hischier on Marner tonight. Oh, that was dirty. That was a filthy angle. And he almost scored on that, but he went wide. But I don't know if it's a lack of urgency, but it feels like we're not even necessarily getting outplayed, but there just seems to be less of an oomph, if that makes sense, to the Devils' first period in the last couple games. My third concern has been, and I've noticed this since the Vancouver game, that it seems like in the beginning of the season, we've had a really great track record defensively about limiting the amount of shots that the other team has. And I think there was something at the beginning of the season that we were only allowing like 15 to 18 shots, maximum 20 shots on goal the entire game. While we were getting like 40 to 50 shots on goal, right? Recently, since the Vancouver game, I've noticed a little bit of an uptick in how many shots we are allowing. In this game alone, I think the Leafs had 28, almost 30 shots on goal to our, I think it was 31. And I'm noticing the disparity between the shots that we give and the shots that we allow is starting to slowly draw ever so close to each other, which, as anyone knows, the more shots you have on net, the more opportunities the other team gets to score. And I think that highlighting that is important. And again, not because we're playing bad defensively, but I think we need to be careful about the amount of opportunities we are allowing the other team to have. Because again, the more opportunities they get to score, the more chances that they're going to score goals and we're going to end up losing games. And I do not want that to happen, given that we are 11 games deep into one of the greatest streaks I've ever seen from the Devils for as long as I've been a fan. So it's just something like that. So those are kind of my concerns. So we had some positives in the beginning where I'm my usual screaming, raving, insane, potentially mentally ill human being. And then we had a little bit more of a serious take at the end. So I think that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Again, Devils are 11 straight games of winning. This is absolutely amazing. And I believe we play... I think we play Ottawa, again on Saturday. Hold on. Yeah, Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We play the Ottawa Senators. Hopefully we can get that win there because we do play Toronto again next week. And I'm psyched for that game because there is not a shot in hell that they do not come out looking for revenge, especially if we're still on this winning streak when we play them again. So, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Again, if you've made it this long, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Devil's Den. That would be amazing, and I'd be really grateful for that. But until next time, guys, adios.